Okay.
And we're back.
Well, we got to do our countdown
Okay.
then, pal.
Yeah. No. 5, 4, 3, and we're back.
And we're back. Okay. How are you doing?
Discussing. I'm doing pretty well, man. It's nice to be back on the show, and man, did I love that episode. That was really cool for a bunch of reasons.
Yeah, I loved it as well. I was thinking about it, walking around in the snow recently, and it feels almost like that they were the first whatever it was, like 5 episodes. So this is Fallout season 2, episode 7 that we
Mm-hmm.
just watched,
Yep.
and it feels like the first, I don't know, like 4 or 5 episodes were like painting a picture of new parts of the world. And then
Right.
the last couple of episodes, they're like, oh my gosh, we gotta finish up the season. And so there's
Yeah.
a lot of a
Yeah.
lot of plot for something
Mm.
that used to just give us like whatever, more questions than answers or something like
Right.
that. But anyway.
Definitely. But I have to say, this episode did again do it where new things. That's cool. Didn't think of that.
Yeah.
So let's get into it.
Okay.
Let's start with the Vault Dwellers, zone.
Okay.
At the beginning of the episode, we see for the first time in I think the entire series, honestly, actual Canada. Like
Right. Yeah.
this
Yeah.
is
So
the
yeah.
first time that I
Yeah.
think Canada's been
Right.
truly shown.
Yeah. So it starts with Steph. Like I sort of forgot who I was watching there for a moment,
Yeah,
but it
yeah.
starts with Steph and it looks
And
like
her mom, I
her
think,
mom
yeah. And
and
like they're running in like the Canadian
classic Canadian
wilderness.
wilderness.
Yeah, yeah, cold as hell and
Yeah.
running away from danger.
Yeah.
So they're running from something and like then they get cornered by a soldier in power armor. Go
Yeah.
like,
Power
get
armor.
back to your concentration camp, Yankees. Or is it
Yeah.
no, it's like related to like a Canadian stereotype of like our hats, I think. I'm forgetting, but like he uses that like
Oh,
word
like a
for that, and
Mountie
then
hat or
like
something like that, or
no, he used
Dukes,
the
you mean?
anyway.
Yeah.
The soldier like said that,
Yeah.
and then a guy comes out of nowhere with a grenade, and like what the blows up.
And blows him up. Yeah. Well,
Yeah, the
and
mom is like terminally injured, but like she imports some important knowledge to her daughter of
but it
like
also seems that like her daughter, number one, her daughter is determined to survive, right? She
yeah,
starts in
that's what she
Canada,
tells her, like you do
realizes there's
whatever you need to do to survive. There's a flood coming, and you hold on to the highest branch you can.
right. So she's a survivor, not necessarily like a rebel or something like that.
Yeah.
Like it's not clear whether she is or not, but it's more that she's a survivor, right?
Yeah, she'll choose whatever side she needs to survive.
Although one of the best lines of that episode is from her
Uh,
mom, right?
oh yeah, that the like
Don't
if
think
you've
of
got
them
to
as
kill, yeah, if you've no if you've got to kill, God won't judge. Like she's like, I raised you Catholic or something, and like if you have to kill people, God won't judge. Just
Right.
don't think of them as human. Think of them as American.
Right. That was my point. Yeah, think of
That
them.
was
Don't,
definitely my
yeah.
favorite line
Don't
of
think of
the
them as
episode.
human. Think of them as Americans. And then, yeah, she sneaks up on the guy with a truck and just whacks him, right?
Yeah, he whacks him, takes his beans, which is
Yeah.
like porks and like something porks and beans, which is from the Fallout series. Like
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a food. And then while she like walks through the Canadian American border, this asshole's like, "Hey there, Canuck, were you show me passport?" Like trying to solicit something, and like
Yeah.
she turns around, walks up, and when it cuts back to her, she's walking with the guy dead with like a thing in his like stomach and his head,
Yeah. Yeah.
which the current time. So the reason
Oh,
why
and
Canada.
sorry, at some point early on, it also cuts. There's an "Oh Canada"
Oh
like
yeah, when
Fallout
the
scene, right?
Fallout like image
Yeah.
logo thing comes
Yeah.
on, it has
Yeah.
the Fallout the Canadian theme,
Yeah.
over like the Fallout logo turning red, like from
Yeah.
Snow White to blood red.
Yeah. It has the
So,
old Canada song, anthem. Yeah.
yeah, so important note for non-Fallout lore
Yeah.
people. So, Canada was forcibly annexed. I forget what year it was, but it was basically
Hopefully not
real close to
2026.
27. Sorry?
Hopefully not 20.
No, it happened in like 2077 or something.
So we got some
Or
time.
like or before like it was a year or something before basically the bombs fell.
Right.
But happened is that America was trying to protect Alaska because those were the last of its oil fields. China was trying to take them because it needed oil. And to move troops more efficiently and stuff, they're like, hey, we're moving our troops and we're not asking Canada. It's like, okay. But when they started putting more pressure on Canada, Canadian, liberation people blew up their pipelines. To go off on that, they forcibly annexed Canada. But Canadians didn't go down with a fight. It took them 5 full years to pacify
Huh.
Canada with like,
Interesting.
and even then there was still Canadians out there fighting.
Hmm.
So basic in the first Fallout game, the first scene has like two Americans shooting a tied up Canadian in the streets, laughing and then waving to the camera. So Canada goes through it pretty rough. Like it's got
This is
concentration.
which game is this? Fallout what?
This was from the first Fallout game.
Oh,
That scene, but Canada
that's a
has.
long time ago, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. I forget the years. It was like not like 1980 or something.
Right. It couldn't have
Like
been 80, but in the 90s maybe.
yes, 90 something like. So
Yeah.
Canada goes through it, but like there are concentration camps and stuff in it, but
Yeah.
like Canadians are surviving in
Yeah.
some part. Like they may lose, but they're bringing people down. Like at the end of the episode, we see like Mounties hanging, but like we also see American power armor guys dead on the ground as well. So
Right.
we
So,
didn't we didn't go quietly.
right. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, it's
With
interesting.
our
I didn't
current, yeah,
realize that there was this whole connection to Canada. It's yeah, it's
yeah,
quite
it's in our current times, this is
yeah.
very
Yeah.
ironic,
Some of
but
our viewers may not recognize have noticed our accents, but we
yeah,
are north
yeah.
of the border. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we're good old Canucks up
Yeah.
here. But yeah, so it's just really funny to see all of this happening. And
Yeah.
it's really cool because this is like one of the first times we've actually seen inside of Canada.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So that happens, and then let's go with Lucy for a bit. Let's
Yeah.
go with
I was
Lucy.
gonna say, I
So
think I think we see Lucy next,
yeah,
and the happy
so
worker bees.
yeah, Lucy, I think it's the episode where she puts on the like nice yellow dress.
Yeah. So that's symbolically a big deal, right? She gets out
Mhm.
of her vault,
Her
uh,
like her
out,
weathered vault suit. It's
yeah,
been through a
suit for the
lot.
first, but for the first time, we don't,
Yeah,
except for
yeah.
maybe
Um,
who
and then
knows,
she talks for dad for a bit, and then she's like, I want to turn this thing off. There's
right?
these are human beings. Sure, some of them are bad, but the human beings. And he's like, let me bring you to the mainframe thing, and like I'll drive you there. It's a bit far of a hike. And he's like, drive? And
Right.
then like she's the
Oh,
classic
he says
father
we'll
daughter.
take the golf cart, and she says, "What's a golf cart?"
And he smiles, and then like they
Yeah.
have the father daughter like driving
Right. I
exercise,
was gonna
which
say
is
that's like the one of the big humor points. And
yeah, that
also
like
you may not have caught it, but she's using her 2 feet on the two pedals, right?
and she's like
And
so confused, like why is there two pedals if I'm not supposed to use them?
well, yeah, why am I not supposed to use my 2 feet? And that all relates back to an old fashioned car. We don't really have many of them anymore where you had a clutch. You had a
Hmm?
third pedal. And that's why you use your left foot on the pedal when you switch gears. And the brake and the gas, you were always taught to use your right foot so that
Right.
you could because you
You
anyways.
need a whole other foot to immediately brake or
Yeah, and there was a time when you would double clutch, and there's all these kind of like
right.
all these reasons not to
Mm.
historical reasons, but it's like from the 19, it's essentially from the 1950s, 60s,
Right.
you know?
And like that, again, the aesthetic and the
Yeah,
motif of 1960s
yeah,
into the Fallout world. So,
yeah,
he grew up in a time where cars were like extremely commonplace, of course,
right.
even though oil was running out, they used
Yeah,
nuclear powered cars. But like, and like, he's like, I really wish I could have taught you this, back in normal
way
life.
back
And it's
when.
like,
Yeah,
Dad, we did have a normal life until you ruined it, until you blew it up. And he's
yeah,
like, and then she goes to the door and he's talking about like, oh, you can use water and potassium, which is highly reactive water, but like, what if you don't have potassium? And then she meets the same guy who attacked her last episode.
and he's
Who,
docile.
yeah, he's
Yeah,
got a nice clean cut suit. He's smiling,
yeah.
he's mopping, and like people are putting together chips and stuff. And she's like, "Hi there, stranger. I don't know you." And then, you know, she's like, "Oh God." Then it cuts to she's having dinner with her dad and like he's still handcuffed, which is like kind of funny to me. And as they're eating, the NCR guy comes over to pour them some water and she's like, "Do you remember me?
Right.
Only this morning, ma'am."
Yeah,
And like she's like, "Oh." And so while the dad is getting something out of the oven, she comes up to him and is like, "Let me help you with that, Dad." Uncuffs him, and he's talking about like, "Don't you see, Lucy? These chips will revolutionize the world. No more fighting, bickering, anything." And like, think about those Legionnaire guys. They're terrible. And she's like, "You're right, Dad. Those guys are monsters. They're slavers. They're murderers." And the other side is vaguely problematic. Talking about the NCR, like just like which is really funny because in Fallout New Vegas, there's like fans of the NCR guys and then the Legion guys, and the Legion guys like don't get it. The NCR is as problematic as like the Legion stuff, and her cut is like, and the other side is vaguely problematic. Like,
yeah,
sure, they've got issues, but they're still a democracy. And then
yeah,
she takes his pit boy, cuffs him, and she's like, "What are you doing?" And then she gets in the golf cart, kind of crashes a bit.
yeah, yeah, yeah. More
She
comedy.
she gets to the door, and then we'll have to get to that part later on, though. I think
Right.
what's inside the door. We don't want to save it for viewers to
Yeah,
watch the whole episode.
yeah. And so the next thread is Coop and Maximus, right?
Hmm.
And the other and their
And
ghoul
the
friend.
ghoul, maybe, possibly not ghoul. He could be something else, but we'll get to that soon.
Okay.
So they arrive at this like the ghoul guy goes up to like Hank. He's like, us ghouls, I'm just waiting for my nose to fall off at this point. And
Well,
like,
not Hank, Coop.
yeah, Coop. And Coop's like, okay. Like he doesn't say
Yeah,
anything. He's just
yeah,
giving them like, yeah, dude, whatever.
yeah, yeah. A lot of attitude.
Yeah,
Uh,
so they
and
they
and then they
find
kind, but
this
they also kind of have a,
armory.
they also kind of have a bit of a fight over the diode, right? Like Coop wants the
Yeah,
diode.
Coop's all,
Basically, Coop wants the diode.
yeah, because he needs to power something and like he
Yeah,
needs it. And like he's like, no, I'm gonna give it to Lucy. And then they get to this armory where there's like some cool weapons. There's like
right.
there's like grenade launchers. One of
Yeah,
them actually called Thump Thump.
yeah. Everyone's
M1
checking out stuff,
Garands.
getting ready for battle to go back into
Mhm.
New Vegas.
And then like Coop like shows him the coolest looking power armor I've seen in games
Why
or
is it
in the
why
show.
is it so cool? What do you love about it?
I'm
Like, because he
most of
loves
the
it too.
power.
I wasn't sure
Oh,
if it was
most of the
old or
okay.
new or
So for a little lore context, almost all
oh,
of
it's
power armor
NCR,
stuff.
right? It's
Yeah,
N
yeah. Almost all of power armor like made was made pre-war, not
right.
post-war, because like the industries, the blueprints, everything has either
Oh,
been
okay.
lost or are exorbitantly difficult to make in a post-war world where you don't have all the
Right.
technologies and stuff
Okay.
and the
Yeah.
industries. So the NCR armor is basically, I think, like T45 or 51 or something. I think 45, whatever. But it's been modified a bit. Like it's got the NCR helmet, some like, and the cool thing is that it's not custom. it's like welded parts together. Like you can see like where things were just soldered in, but it gives that more character, you know? Like
Right.
the power armor has like blade like arm
Oh yeah,
blades and stuff.
that clearly
That was
came in handy, right?
yeah, no, like it oozes awesomeness.
Right.
Like it's got like the NCR helmets which are cool. Like
Right.
again, armor blades, just metal pieces
So those
everywhere.
blades, we've not like you've never seen those blades on other armor
I don't
before.
think so,
Yeah.
no. But like
Because very soon then Coop like they're going
yeah,
back into
so they,
New
yeah,
Vegas
so
and he
they,
knows he needs the power armor to
yeah,
get through the death claws, right?
right. So they go into Freeside, they're walking through, and everyone's happy. Like this is
Right.
like they're
Because it says
seeing,
NCR, like the NCR's
right.
back kind of.
Someone even goes, "Long live the new California
Right.
Republic,"
And
and everyone.
he's all pumped up because he's
He
back
even,
in
yeah,
the armor, right?
he even
Maximus.
sees a kid, like a
Yeah.
young kid that like, looked
Reminds him
like,
of him or something or
yeah, literally, like the kid looks up at him and smiles, and like
yeah.
Maximus smiles under his armor, like
Yeah, yeah.
this is what it feels like to bring hope.
Right.
Which
Yeah.
is it's interesting because Maximus was from the NCR, and then it got blown up, and then was taken in by the Brotherhood. But
Right.
like this
And
is
now he's
the two
back full circle,
worlds.
sort of,
Yeah,
to,
he
yeah,
literally says that, everything
yeah,
comes full circle, literally.
yeah,
So, they walk up to the, gate with the death claws, and people are excited,
yeah.
people are bowing and stuff. And then like Coop turns to the ghoulifying guy. He's like, all right, you take your sniper and take a point. He goes, okay, sir. And then his right arm falls off.
Yeah. So why
And
does that make you think he's not a ghoul?
so when he turns to well, he first of all he
We,
turns to Cooper
when
and
he
he goes
picks it
like,
up,
yeah,
right?
he picks it up and like I can get the
When,
finger on trigger thing, and he's like, this must happen all the time to ghouls, and the ghoul's like he doesn't say anything, but you can tell he's saying no, no, this doesn't happen normally.
right.
I be A lot of people believe that instead of a ghoul that he's turning into,
Mhm.
like, and it wasn't just his arm, he had this like weird mouth thing that like Coop
Oh
was
yeah.
also
Hey, do you
freaked
guys got, what do you
out.
do with that thing? Yeah.
And Coop is like,
Well, yeah, he didn't really say, but he's like, man,
he,
you deal, everyone's
you
got to
could
deal with their
see it
own
in his
shit.
eyes. He was like, what the
Yeah.
hell is this guy? People like mutations differ between everyone,
Yeah.
and like not everyone turns into a ghoul when they get irradiated or what have you. Sometimes they grow stuff in weird places. But people believe that he's not turning into a ghoul, but a creature known as a centaur,
Oh,
which is way grosser and creepier than a ghoul. It's basically like a six-legged creature with a human torso and a bunch of tongues hanging out of it. It's just this
oh,
weird looking creature. It's creepy as hell. So
hmm.
people were wondering, oh God, is he turning into one?
Right. Interesting.
So
Interesting.
so Coop goes into uh should we also talk about the flashbacks now?
Yeah, sure. What?
So in the flashbacks, we see how Coop is like, talking to his wife and like getting a woman to like bring uh the father, Hank. No, yeah, Hank McClane out
Yeah.
in like a wheel thing. And it's actually from the woman from the vault. The what's her name again, Papa?
Steph,
Like
you mean? Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Stephanie.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
there.
She's managed to. That's the thing is as she's trying to find a vault somewhere, she's managed to get to New Vegas.
Right.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
she
She's
and well, Vegas at that point, but
at
like she's
Vegas.
like,
Yeah,
how do I get into these one of these vaults? And he's like, you don't want any of that part, lady. And she's
yeah,
like, I do.
yeah.
He's like, ask this guy when he
Right.
wakes up. So, wheels him off. They have, and then he meets the congresswoman talking about like, hey, who can I give this like fu cold fusion thing
Yeah.
safely?
And
And
she
she's
says the
like,
president. Yeah.
right. And then I'll get to that last part at the those
Yeah.
last tying all those things up because those are really important. So, um, back in the present, Coop and yeah, the Ghoul and Maximus are going into uh other point. The Ghoul actually got this really cool like like not Mac cannon, but like high velocity, like cool tech gun thing.
Right.
And like it's a really cool looking gun.
Yeah, yeah.
Straight it's from I think Fallout 4 and New and 76, but like it's a cool looking gun. So they walk into Vegas, and like one of the Death Claws is eating on another Death Claw.
Right.
It looks up, and then Maximus starts fighting. He like cuts it, and then he gets his arm stuck. So when the ghoul's trying to get into the tops, or I think like the Deathclaw like lumbers over to him, he shoots parts of it out. Like there's at one point like it exposed like rib cage. Like the
Right.
flesh is gone by the shot, but like it's still going after him.
But there was
And
also kind
then
of that one point where like he had got knocked down and the death cloud was going to get him,
oh
but he had that's when those things came out,
yeah,
right?
yeah. So like he cut the thing,
Yeah.
cuts the thing's head off,
Yeah.
and then like he go like good luck up there, and then he starts fighting the other Death Claws,
Yeah.
but it doesn't go so well because he's knocked into the free side,
Right.
and like everyone looks down at him like, and
Yeah.
he's like, oh shit, because he did just let all the Death Claws into free side.
Right.
Not a good thing, but hopefully he'll be able to stop them. Hopefully,
Yeah.
um, but so Coop goes up to the penthouse,
To
and it
House's
looks
house.
yeah, it looks kind of ruined. There's like sentry bot
Right,
things.
because he's thinking about the last, we've seen flashbacks to the last time he was there, and up on the screen it just says no signal, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's funny. Like Coop t goes down the stairs, which is ironic because in the games no one uses the stairs. Like they all like jump off or something. But so he goes down the stairs and then he presses a button. Right next to that button, there's like a little snow globe there in the back.
Yeah.
It's interesting because that says like Hoover Dam, and in the games you could only find that at Hoover Dam.
Oh,
So that means that at some point, probably, the courier, the main character from the game, went there, got the snow globe,
brought it.
and traded it in for caps
Oh,
with House. So, you know, he gets the thing. And then we discuss a bit about the like and then what something really cool happens, but I'm going to save that for again for later. Um last two timeline threads, we get back to the vaults. So, I keep on forgetting her name. Stephanie? Yeah, Stephanie.
yeah, Steph.
Stephanie's like looking through lists and stuff. Um, her soon-to-be husband's
Oh,
like,
right. Yes, they have the whole like wedding ceremony.
well, yeah, getting to that, but like,
Yeah.
he's like, hey, have you seen
Woody.
Woody? And she's like, God, does no one read anything? He's on an inter like communal thing with the other vaults. And he's like, and then he finds Woody's glasses in
Right.
the like
Yeah.
trash
Yeah.
in the dish like
The
destroyer saying,
compactor. Yeah.
yeah. And he's like, okay. Uh,
And then what's weird is he shoves them back in, right?
yeah, he doesn't like, put them in his pocket or anything,
Yeah.
which he talks about a bit at the end.
Yeah. He kind of.
But then we're cutting to the other vault where the water chip is still broken, and like we hear over intercoms, no showers and you can't flush a toilet. And I think that's what broke her. She's like, I swear. And like she
Yeah.
pulls, it's funny, when she pulls out the box, there's a painting of like some guy on a horse with a sword saying, that guy's face is actually Todd Howard, like the leader or something of Bethesda. And like it's funny that like his face is on a painting.
Oh,
So she brings over the box and she's like, "Thank you for this. I'll give you half our water." And she's like, "You know, everyone else doubted you, but I saw what you really were in like those meetings.
yeah.
And like they were scared of you, but and so am I, but I've been out here longer than you have. I know stuff. And like I beg of you, please, let's just work together." And she's like, I prom I promise you, I only promise you water. Nothing after this, it's all up to us. Not, I don't have to work with you anymore. So she gets whatever's inside the box. She goes to her wedding and she's like, I do. And he goes like, I don't. And like, she's like, something happened to Woody. I
Well,
don't
then
have his
he
glasses.
tries to like spill the beans on her, right?
Mhm.
Like and say she's a Canadian, shows
Oh
the
no. Okay, so she first like he talks about like I don't have his glasses, but I do have this. She's over 200 years old and she's a Canadian. And
Mhm.
then everyone loses their shit. Not
Right.
at the oh she's 200 or like oh this or she
Mhm.
maybe murdered someone. She's Canadian?
Yeah. Yeah.
No. So I thought she was gonna kill people right then and there, but
Yeah.
she like runs off, gets into her vault or her like overseer zone, locks the doors, and she's like panicking. But she seemed to have found something. She's like, I guess it's time for the thing. So
Right.
really interesting what's gonna happen next episode. Only 3 days away, so excited. Now the final few things. So
Yeah.
first important thing, when in the flashback, Coop gets in this car to hand off cold fusion. The
Gets into the president's
congresswoman,
car, you mean?
yeah, the congresswoman is next to him, and we meet the president. This is the first time in all of Fallout lore we actually get to know who the president is.
Oh, because
He's
the president's
he's
around. It's a somebody you hear about or something.
mhm, mm. We hear about him. We've never seen his face.
Oh,
We were never given a name,
oh,
nothing. The
yeah.
president was always like a vague character.
Oh,
And I forget the actor's name, but it's really cool that we have him here because I think he's often used as like a twist villain or something.
uh,
So obviously that's why, House couldn't have the cold fusion thing. So he hands him off, and everything seems all okay because he's doing the right thing, giving to the right people,
right,
not knowing the president's part of the Enclave, who are
right,
the ones who are doing all of this.
right.
So, shit, dude, you just
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like if you gave Darth Vader the Death Star.
yeah,
Like, that's bad, dude.
yeah.
So, that happens. Cooper puts in the cold fusion, and then, like,
Well,
as
no,
the
I mean what you mean is back
in
in
the yeah back in
present
present
day, he
day,
brings the cold fusion into House's penthouse or whatever, and
yeah, he
then
puts
finds
he
the place to plug it in. Yeah,
the thing starts loading, and
yeah,
then House is back, and
yeah,
he's
and then
like, "Fuck, took you long."
it goes from no signal right on the screens to all of a sudden House's face is there.
Yeah. Now I'm really interested. Is that actually House, or is it what was discovered in Lucy's vault, which was the head of the Congresswoman?
Oh, that wasn't House plugged in?
No, well, it could be. It very much could be. Like it is his face and stuff. It could be him, but like I'm interested because like obviously something has happened to House because like he wouldn't have let New Vegas just fall like that.
Well, it's also 200 years ago, right? Like,
Oh no, like the last time we saw House, he was well not alive and kicking, but he was alive in some fashion with the screens and robots and stuff. And that was like 20-ish years ago in Fallout lore.
oh, I see. Okay. So he was still alive.
Yeah. So something has happened to House, which is why like, the strip was like full of death claws and stuff and emptied. But it's interesting that like when he
But I
gives
mean,
him power, he's
the
actually
last
back.
time we saw House
Yeah, in the
in
show,
that apartment, he had the helmet
right.
on and everything, right?
Right. Yeah,
So,
and like he didn't want to be digitized, or no, he did want to be digitized, and it seemed to have some fashion like that. So can't wait to see what happens in the next episode for that.
but Lucy discovers House plugged in, but they must be close, right? Because
Yeah,
like
it
he's
has to be.
essentially he's plugged him back in and powered him back up. So if the screens are connected to the head, like he's
Yeah,
powered up the whole thing again,
yeah,
right?
it's possible that the head isn't connected to the house, but
Right.
like it's just interesting because like both scenes played at the same time ish.
Right. And she's in Vegas, she's in the
Yes.
somewhere, like it's
So
all it's
she
not
opens. the door to where like something special is coming from the chips, she discovers the Congresswoman, her like severed head still kept alive somehow, like on a table connected to a bunch of things. The
I thought
same
that's not House's head.
No, no, that's the Congresswoman.
Okay, I didn't, I
Yeah,
missed
no,
that.
no,
Oh, it's not
House.
House's head
I'm
plugged
pretty.
in.
I was like, is that gonna be House? But I don't think it's House.
Oh,
Like, I
okay.
think House may actually just be like a digitized screen or something now.
Okay.
But it's interesting. So that's a Congresswoman's head kept alive somehow with like stunning. But she's also wearing the same helmet that House had.
Right.
And it's interesting. I think this connects to why everyone that has the chips on them is so cheerful and like forgetful of stuff. It's because they took an honest to goodness nice person and used as a template. That's why everyone's so
Oh, I see. They're all plugging into her, sort of,
yeah, like they
in
all
some
got
way.
her like
Yeah,
her
yeah,
go-to attitude.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, yeah,
Lot to unpack.
a lot going on there, right? Well,
Mhm.
and House's thing is, well, hello, old chum,
Yeah,
and
because like
and
he's
and and we also missed Maximus. I think it was like when he went like, uh-oh, when he was fighting the
yeah,
when he got knocked down and he was
yeah.
fighting the
So
Death Claw. Some good one-liner.
hopefully now that a house is powered back on, he'll be able to send his like robots to deal with the Death Claws and protect people. Or maybe Maximus is able to kill the Death Claws with the help of the people. But like,
Yeah, so we
uh-oh,
got Maximus out there dealing with Death Claws on the loose.
yeah.
We've got Koopa's powered up house, but
Mhm.
we're not exactly sure why. If he's trying to find like he's trying to
Yeah,
find his family, but his family's Lucy was a lot closer to his family, right? In the
right.
vault.
Unknowingly, yeah,
She
yeah.
didn't. I
So
guess she didn't realize it.
yeah, so what's happening there? The vault. What's gonna happen there? Both like the people inside the vault currently, because something's about to happen,
Yeah.
and those outside it. We quick briefly, Lucy's brother. So he got knocked out, and he's coming to like, and the twist villain of like leader guy. He's like, I read the books. It says that if someone
Right.
impersonates someone, you
We're
can
allowed
kill
to
them
kill him.
legally.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, the book says so. And
Yeah.
then they see him wake him up, and then they knock him out. But like the guy's like, hopefully this doesn't give you brain damage.
Yeah. They keep
They
knocking him
knock
out.
him out, and
Yeah.
like, and then like he gets back up with the woman, and then he calls his sister and brother, but then the others find him again. So I'm excited for episode 8 and for the next season because it's been confirmed that there's gonna be a third season at least.
Right.
I'm excited to see what's gonna
Yeah,
happen
I
here.
mean, yeah, and to try and figure out where this is all going, right? Because what are the big I mean, there's a story, like what's up with
Yeah,
House,
yeah.
there's all the
What's
different
happening with the Brotherhood?
yeah,
Uh,
there's all those different groups, right? Yeah, so there's what happens when the Brotherhood sorts out their battle in the sky.
mhm.
But there's also like Coop. Coop is hoping to get his wife and kids out, but I don't it's kind of weird like he's going to wake his wife up to like the reality that she created. I can't imagine it, like
Yeah.
why you want to
I'm
wake her up or whatever, right? Like
Yeah, I am very excited to see what's gonna happen. What's gonna happen with the Enclave, the Brotherhood of Steel, what's gonna happen with House now that he's back up with his infinite energy.
right, yeah, because
What's
that's the other thing is Coop has powered up his system, whatever system that was, right? Now
Mhm.
that not he's plugged in the cold fusion uh to
Yeah.
House's system.
Yeah,
And but also like Lucy, like what's she trying to do, right? Like she's trying
yeah,
to
what
like
she's gonna do.
release people or get her dad back to
Mhm.
justice. Like she's.
Yeah,
So yeah, at some point she's got to decide like how she's gonna
yeah.
manage it all, right?
At some point she's gotta decide, is she the same Vault Dweller, or is she someone who has to take justice in her own hands?
Yeah, yeah. Try and because it seems
Yeah.
hard to imagine trying to get home or whatever. Anyways,
Yeah. So
lots
lots of stuff,
lots
lots
going
of
on, but at least Maximus has got his his power suit. That's a good,
Yeah, the only issue is that he's knocked off on his ass and the death
right.
claws just came out. So hopefully he's gonna be able to
Yeah,
save the people and that kid he saw. Who knows? But
exactly. Exactly.
man, this episode was great for everything. The plot lines and Canada.
Yeah.
Man,
Good,
again.
good Canada. Lucy found her yellow dress. Maybe that will help her transition into some other, you know,
Yeah,
reality or something.
her next character arc maybe.
Yeah, exactly. And Coop is, he's he's the one that's really tying all the history and
Yeah.
whatnot, right? But
Mhm.
anyways, it's great, exciting
Very
stuff.
excited.
And
Only 3 more
as
days
you
until the
said,
next
yeah, we're only
episode.
3 more days away. So,
Yeah.
but
All right.
all right. Well,
All right. Keep on subscribing,
keep on
leaving those
subscribing,
likes,
keep on
comments.
watching, and
Yeah.
keep sending us your questions. And until we meet
Until
again,
until meet again. Take care, people.
take care, everyone.